Hey, it's Friday, September 19th. Let's talk PlayStation. Okay, a lot of news stories to cover up, so let's get right into it. This past Monday, just right after LTPS last week, right after the topic we were discussing, it was in fact confirmed that Microsoft has purchased Mojang for $2.5 billion, so which means Microsoft now owns the IP, Minecraft, and of course anything else that Mojang produces, because they are a developer, and now Mojang's under Microsoft. The good news out of this deal is that Microsoft is going to, much like I thought at least, they're going to continue support for Minecraft on every single platform because, everyone looked at that and went, oh god, Minecraft's dead now, or PlayStation version's over, or the iOS version's over, or Android whatever, right? Minecraft's too big, it makes way too much money, so I assumed Microsoft would continue support on every single platform, so Minecraft is okay for everybody. Chill out. And, it makes so much money that Microsoft actually is probably going to make their money back by 2015. At least that's what most investors are saying. So they paid $2.5 billion. They're probably going to make their money back really quick. Speaking of Minecraft, Minecraft PS4 Retail is coming out October 3rd for Europe and October 7th for North America. And still no word on the Vita version. Should be coming soon. Alright, PlayStation Now. The open beta has been on PS4 for a few weeks or like a month now or something. PS3 now has PlayStation Now. So the PlayStation Store on PS3 has it. In North America, so America and actually certain parts of Canada. I'm not sure what specific parts of Canada. Maybe some of you can fill me in on that. But PlayStation Now is live on PlayStation 3. Keep in mind, open beta still. So earlier this week, some pictures or some artwork leaked for Guerrilla Games' new upcoming IP. We still don't know what it actually is, but past rumors regarding this title, we've talked about it a few times. Past rumors were saying it was about a female protagonist, open world RPG, possibly featuring robot dinosaurs. Well, these new pictures that leaked actually kind of confirms that even further, or at least gives us some more evidence regarding what the title actually is. So I'll probably put up the pictures right now. They're heavily watermarked, but it does show what it appears to be a woman. Robot dinosaurs, it looks like, kind of has like some vegetation showing off, like some plants and forests and whatnot. So somebody, apparently a source, this was somebody that was in the focus group testing the game. This person, anonymous of course, is saying that the game is centered around a female protagonist. Apparently, society has kind of decivilized, and robots have turned into dinosaurs and like animals, so as humans deprogressed, robots were progressing. I hope I'm making sense here, but that's what this source is saying. So it's still all unannounced, still a rumor, so we have to wait until all that's confirmed. Now it's time to talk about some Sony financials, and 9 out of 10 times we talk about Sony financials, they're usually not good, and this story is also not good. It's not bad, but it's still not great. So anyway, Sony, it's their fiscal year coming up, so they have to have forecasts and what they're going to possibly make and all that. Sony originally forecasted that they were going to make a profit of $1.2 billion. That's what they thought they were going to make. They had to slash that, and now they think they're going to lose around $466 million. So as a total difference, that's $1.7 billion that they thought they were going to make, but now they're not making at all. They thought they were going to make a profit. Now they're expecting a loss. Granted, it's not a huge loss. $466 million is a lot of money, but not to Sony, really. So, it is bad news. It's more so bad news that they were expecting such a huge profit, and that they instead were just like, no, we're actually not. We're still going to lose money. And this is mostly due to, apparently, Sony's smartphone lineup. The Xperias and everything, not doing too well. They're only being sold through one carrier in the U.S., and that's, I believe, T-Mobile, and that's like the 4th largest carrier in the U.S., so they're not selling a whole lot of phones there. And apparently Sony's strategy right now is to refocus on just higher-end models. I guess they're losing a lot of their money on mid-range entry models of the, of their smartphone lineup. So, Sony's got to do something. We've said this a billion times before. They got to look at what's working, and they got to get rid of what's not working, and invest in what is working. So, but it's definitely not the PlayStation line. We've said this a few times. PlayStation makes Sony money. It's actually a good division for them. So, as long as PlayStation keeps making money, Sony will continue to focus on that. Okay, time to get into some TGS news. It's Tokyo Game Show still going on, so there's lots of news coming out about that. So we'll discuss that right now, obviously. Sony did have a Tokyo Game Show. They had their pre-TGS show, then they had their main show. Their main show wasn't actually a main show at all. There wasn't actual footage of the show because it was more so like a small presentation to like a small little audience, and the actual live stream wasn't like actual video. It was just like pictures and graphs and everything. Was not a big show. It was really just showing trailers and stuff we already knew about. For some reason, pre-TGS conferences are much bigger than the main shows. I don't know why. I don't remember them ever being bigger than the main show, but oh well. Anyway, last week we were talking about Metal Gear Collection. We didn't know exactly what that was because, Kojima tweeted that. Now we know what it actually is, and it's a clothing line. The Metal Gear Collection clothing line. So, we thought it would be something, it's not. Or we thought it would be like a game-related thing, that's not. Also, there's a Metal Gear PlayStation 4, of course there was going to be a Metal Gear PS4 bundle being made. As of right now, there's no huge details on the Metal Gear PS4 bundle or the actual console or if it will actually be sold. I'm going to assume it's a very limited thing and it will probably be only Japan. That's just my assumption. Probably some of the more exciting announcements coming out of TGS is regarding Square. Square Enix. Who would have thought? It looks like they're actually doing a lot of cool stuff recently. So, Final Fantasy Type-0 for PS4 and Xbox One finally got a release date. The game is launching March 17th in North America, March 20th in Europe, and it will actually include a demo for Final Fantasy 15. And it goes without saying, this is TGS, it's a big press show, lots of trailers are getting released, a lot of, extended clips of gameplay are being released, so they're online, everybody can go watch them. I'll probably display something right now, like the new Final Fantasy 15 trailer, which is extremely interesting. A lot of interesting stuff going on. We're actually seeing a lot of footage from this game. We can actually probably play a demo of it in 2015. Looks like it's actually coming along, like the game that's been in development for well over a decade, or at least a decade. So, there's all sorts of stuff going on right now, which I'll probably link you to in the bottom if you really want to see more of this stuff. There's also trailers for Final Fantasy Type-0 too. Speaking of games that we're really interested in, we got some more info on Bloodborne, specifically a Western release date for the game. So the game's coming out February 6th for just the West. We don't know the specifics to Europe or North America or anything, but they are saying February 6th for Bloodborne, and it was also announced that the game's getting a limited edition version of the game, $80, get you a steelbook version of the game, digital soundtrack, an art book to go along with it. So, and there's extended footage of Bloodborne out there now that you can watch. The game's looking pretty damn awesome. I can't wait for that one too. And last but certainly not least, we have to talk about this one. I'm sure you've heard about it at this point. John Barry from Freaker Sneaks has made PlayStation 4 shoes, PlayStation 4 Jordans. I'm probably showing you pictures of them right now. They're selling for $950. Got a PS4 logo on them. Actually has an HDMI port in the shoes. Serves no function other than like, hey, it's an HDMI port in your shoe. Maybe it's got a little bit of a, maybe if you can see it, some Playroom kind of art labeled on the lip or the tongue of the shoe. I don't know what part that's called. Cool. There's actually been PlayStation shoes before. There was like a super old pair, like 1990s or something for PlayStation. I think they were Jordans. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe there's a pair on eBay that is selling for, it's like a buy it now auction for like $2,000 or something. So there has been PlayStation shoes before, so it's not entirely out of the ordinary to see another pair go for sale. Those are just some of the news stories I want to talk to you guys about this week. Obviously, no Ryan on Gaming episode this past week. Those videos, I take a lot to edit. I like to add a little bit more to those videos, and I was asking you guys for a couple of topics, so I'm writing a bunch down so I can record a bunch of them and get them all set up and proper, and then I can upload some new ones. So give me a little bit of time on that. That series will come back. So in place was a remembering video for Katamari Damacy. If you like the remembering videos, watch them, tell me you like them, whatever. I'll do what you are watching, so let me know. And I think that's about it. So that concludes this week's episode of Let's Talk PlayStation. I'm Ryan Benecki. Thank you so much for talking with me, and I'll see you guys all next Friday.